This year, the most important event will take place in the USA, the presidential election. The past elections were very scandalous, and this year a political show with a large number of provocations is expected. What energy does the astrologer see for the USA in 2024? How will the elections go? And can the unrest in Texas escalate into a full-scale civil war? This will definitely happen. The astrologer feels a very rough and heavy energy for the USA. It shows the approach of severe trials that have not been in the history of this state for a long time. What difficulties await America? This energy is very reminiscent of the energy background of the times of the First Civil War. This is the energy of division, savagery, and vandalism. All this energy is already clearly felt over the USA at a subtle level. The energy of division has already occurred at the psychological level within the USA. 25 states have subscribed to the state of Texas. They are ready to support it in its disobedience to Washington. And no one will be able to stop these processes, including Trump. He has a good chance of becoming president, but he will not be able to calm the American people and extinguish the raging fire of confrontation. And it doesn't matter who wins the election, who becomes president, the chain of inevitable events has been launched. No one can change the fate of the USA. What is supposed to happen will definitely happen. The process has started. The situation is gradually heating up. The astrologer sees that many American government services will be attacked by cyber terrorists. The country will be flooded with streams of refugees and migrants. Also, America will suffer from a multitude of diseases that are transmitted by airborne droplets. Hospitals will be filled to capacity. Powerful riots will intensify in the country. Crime will increase. Many banks are facing bankruptcy. People will rapidly become impoverished, lose their jobs, lose their homes. Collapse of supergiants, and even such giants as BlackRock and the Vanguard group, which control 80% of all world finances, are waiting for a very powerful collapse. At the moment, no one expects such disasters, but the astrologer sees huge destructive events, and they will inevitably happen. They are waiting for a severe economic crisis, which they never expected. All their financial stability will evaporate like dust. This destructive energy, similar to the energy of Mars, militant, fiery, aggressive, will sweep away their well-being. Moreover, it will be so strong that it will be impossible to revive again, since their foundation was built on false grounds. All this collapse will be accompanied by a large amount of grief and experiences. It will lead these gigantic supercompanies to internal division into many parts. This energy is very impulsive, and it is already in full swing. The financial collapse of companies cannot be stopped. It will definitely happen this year. The top managers of these companies still think that they are waiting for growth and stable prosperity. They don't even guess how close they have come to the edge and are on the brink of disaster. The astrologer sees that no more than 5 or 6 banks will stay afloat. The rest will fall apart one after another. The temporary success associated with the fact that all major production capacities that fled from Europe are now located in the USA, this is a temporary effect, a postponement. The crisis will happen anyway. Rebellion, senseless and ruthless. And long before the elections, we will see large-scale protest demonstrations in the USA, which have never been in the history of the country. There will be a huge number of various scandals, ugly and dirty compromising materials. The energy of internal aggression is rising within the United States. Society is in a state of disunity. People are already divided into at least 2 parts. Some are committed to family values. They want their children to grow up in families where there is a mother and a father. Others support non-traditional relationships, change their gender and their children's, propagate all sorts of deviations. Yes, there are many bright and kind people living in the USA, highly spiritual and enlightened. But even their joint efforts will not be able to protect the country from the collapse that the forces of darkness are carrying. According to the astrologer, the USA will be divided into 4 parts. These will be for different countries. The USA is entering a very difficult period of crisis for them, but all this is for the best one way or another. But all these trials lead to development. Biden or Trump? It's hard to say who will really win the election. So far, not all presidential candidates are known, and a dark horse that is still in the shadows can easily win. If we judge by those candidates who have already declared themselves, then we can say the following. This year will be very difficult for Trump. Democrats will do everything possible to put sticks in his wheels, pull up all new and new accusations by the ears, do everything to remove him from the electoral distance, pour mud on him, stop him in every possible way. But, according to the Astrologer, the energy of victory is on Trump's side. As for Biden, he has already completely discredited himself. Nevertheless, he plans to run for president again, since he expects help from the deep state once again, which he invariably received. What will come of this? The Astrologer says that Biden's patrons will continue to do everything possible to keep power for their puppet, but the energy of victory is not on his side. Biden is too ridiculous and helpless. He has lost the respect of his electorate. All this pre-election squabble will eventually shake up the protest company, a civil war in the USA. It doesn't matter who wins, Biden or Trump. The fate of the USA is predetermined. The Astrologer warns all countries that are satellites of America that already this year they will have to rely only on themselves. They will no longer wait for help from the USA. Power is leaving America, and nothing can stop this process. What do you think about this?